I'm doing something. When I get this card for us, we got to get discounts at these local places. It's true, because I send people there, and what's the point of going there if you're not going to get a break? Were you? Thank you.
Yo.
Hello there. Hello there. Did you see when the kid came out the other day and didn't want to leave? That's crazy. Tell me when we're rolling.
It was a lot.
Wasn't it?
I filmed it because
I wanted you to.
Great for the.
Yes, of course. But I was just like, she's not leaving the stage.
Where's your mommy? Where's your mommy?
Did you see how loud I was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I missed it.
It's like,
Listen,
where's your mommy?
This is the kid that they say doesn't. They say the kids don't speak English. So the son comes up and starts coughing on the mic, and I said, "Don't do that. You can make me sick." And he says, "Then why aren't you wearing a mask?" They're Chinese, you tell me, right? So, I mean, like, well, how do you know about this so well? And then the girl says to me, "I hate nails." She speaks English. Then she wouldn't get off the stage. She wanted to do Ronnie the Rockin' Robot, but she wouldn't get off the stage.
And she won't sing along.
And she wouldn't, and she want me to hold her. I can't do that in front of people like that. Like, I could fall. Tell me when I'm on.
All right, we're live.
Okay, we're live, guys. Welcome to LASC. It's open mic night here. It's Wacky Wednesday because I'm a little wacky, and that does happen. I'm trying to think of something funny that happened on the way here, but it really wasn't funny, except that I got out of my car because after 5 minutes, it says outside of my driveway, right turn only. But of course, I'm the only one that knows how to make the left. That's okay when I do it. But I don't have 4 cars behind me. So I got out of my car and tapped on that window. And the mother was in the back saying, "Is there a problem?" I said, "Yes, there's a problem. There's no left turn. You can only make a right turn." And then I leaned in and I said, "He'll get killed if he makes a left turn." That's how you deal with the Persian Jewish community. Because they think you put a curse on them. Come on in. Oh, no, not you, brother. Oh my God, I smelled him as he was walking by.
God.
Did you smell it? I smelled it. But you know what? I smell even more. I smell some good comedy coming up. And if you're at Cafe 50s, you can pick up on this one too. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay.
Somebody actually bumped this camera. Can I get where you're asking?
Oh, somebody bumped it. We have a guy here 6'8", you think?
Oh my God, that shit was crazy.
That is tall.
It's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
Wow, that's nice.
Come on in.
And the girl was like this tall too. You know what's up.
Oh, you look like you've had it with me. Not yet?
Me?
All right, not yet. Let me tell you something. That's from the. This is a copy from the 80s. I have the skirt and the shirt, and I had another thing, but it's a cop. It's like so great. It was the greatest thing. Just don't wear any bleach around it. Sorry, I messed up mine with a dishwasher pod. I stepped on it, it squirted, and now I got a little tie-dye going on. Speaking of tie-dye, if you want to get back into the old days and you listen to rock and roll and party and eat pancakes while you're on Xanax, I got the place for you and the comedian to match. So let's give it up for the Comedy of Shannon. See you at Cafe 50s.
Thank you, my dear.
You know, as a white man, I find it insulting that you think the most predatory people at Disneyland are black men. Okay? Because, like, we got, like, we're 50% better at that shit. You know, like, I know black men are intimidating, they're strong, they're big, they're fast and shit, but they are not nearly as predatory as white men. And I think it comes from the fact that all our sports involve sticks. Like, think about it. Think about, like, cricket's incredibly popular in India, but it wouldn't have been there without English occupation. Okay? Everybody's just kicking a ball around or a skull around or whatever the fucking rock is. Okay? White people grew up in a weird fucking environment. It was cold as shit. We had to bathe in the blood of our enemies to keep warm. Okay? And then we got on boats and we ended up going out overseas. Like, basically, that's like going into space back then. Right? Then we would get to some fucking coral blue, nice, golden sandy with these olive skinned goddesses rolling around, and after about 4 months you guys go like, okay, you guys have overstayed your welcome, and we'd be like, yeah, nah, I'm not going back on that boat. Fucking make me. Right? Make me go back on that boat. You know, as far as I've seen, you ain't got no swords. Yeah. Oh shit. So guys, I emotionally abuse my lawn in the hopes it starts cutting itself. I also only masturbate because I believe it makes angels cry. So, you know, it's the holidays. So whenever you hear a bell ring, well, you know I come. Something's happening to an angel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called It's a Wonderful Life. Jimmy Stewart, Donna Lee, okay, directed by Capra. Look it up, you Philistines. It is the greatest holiday movie ever. You guys know who Bob Ross is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So joy of painting. I love joy of painting. Joy of painting is a cathartic thing if, you know, you're feeling stressed out. It's 28 minutes of a very gentle man painting a beautiful, you know, portrait of whatever it is. Usually it's just a landscape. But you guys grown up with the internet, and conspiracy theories are not a new thing, okay? I grew up with conspiracy theories too, way before internet, okay? Like Captain Kangaroo was in World War II, you know? Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL. Bob Ross did 3 tours in Vietnam, okay? And I would think after 1,000 episodes of Joy of Painting, that at some point the PTSD would have slipped out. All right, there would have been just one episode that everybody remembers. Like, no, that was disturbing. You know, because welcome to the Joy of Painting, everybody. I'm Bob Ross. Let's experience this together. See, we got a happy little sun right over here. And I've painted what looks like a deep, dark jungle landscape underneath it. Can't you see some of the silhouettes behind the trees there? Oh yeah, they're called Search and Destroy. Yeah. So I want you to take your wedge and make just little bit of tripwires right through there. See, you can't really see them though, and that's the way it should be. They should be subtle. They should be so subtle. Right? And over here, you see there's like a kind of a picturesque little village, but half of it is on fire. And there's a silhouette of a woman with her child whose skin is melting off of them because we just dropped napalm on them. It's not hard to make. It's orange and yellow with a little bit of purple. Okay? And if you want to get rid of this shit, you want to stop it, you gotta do Agent Orange. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Drop it on top of fucking everything. And, you know, that would have been the Bob Ross episode I would have remembered.
Yeah.
Anybody like football? And when I say football, I don't mean soccer. Alright? Okay? I'm a football fan, okay? And there's something I miss about growing up with football when I grew up with football. And it's not just the reckless disregard for player safety. Okay? Though I do miss that. But Lawrence Taylor was a beast. God, he used to fucking kill people. Jesus. What I miss are the announcers that I grew up with. All right. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are serviceable. They're fine. They know the game. It's cool. Nothing wrong with them. But I grew up with Keith Jackson. Okay? Like, whoa, Nelly! He's as mean as a mama raccoon stuck in a bear trap. Right? Then we also had Howard Cosell. The dust has settled. The battlefield, strewn with the corpses of the vanquished valiant. Only 2 weary warriors remain. Welcome to the Little League World Series. Sometimes they work together too, they broadcast together. And that was the best. As Keith be like, slow the drain, Gacy. Looks like he just brought the kettle in and put the cat out on that one, didn't he, Hal? Keith, I haven't witnessed intrigue like that since Suetonius had Caligula married by his own Praetorian, circa 41 AD. So I do that bit, right? You guys have walked. You guys have walked by a box on a corner with books in it, right? You know, curiosity. So this is Howard Cosell. I never played the game. It's his memoirs, and I didn't have to turn from past page 1 to mine gold. Okay, like turn right to it. And it says these are the blurbs. Okay, people touting the book. There's nothing great one can say about Howard that he hasn't already said much better. He never played the game. Woody Allen. Fascinating. This is the kind of writing you look forward to when you pick up a book. It tells you things you can believe. And you feel that if you quote from this book, you'll be absolutely correct. Howard Cosell, above many, is a man who is in search of the truth and wants to let us in on it. Bill Cosby. I'll bet you Howard knew the truth about Bill, too. When I got the book, I was expecting 60 Minutes. Instead, I got Dynasty, Dallas, and a daytime soap opera. O.J. Simpson. So, you know, with friends like that, baby, why wouldn't you be successful? Holy shit, they were all fucking billionaires. That's crazy.
Take care. Oh yeah, I like you.
You got your book. We're booking. We're rocking. We're rolling. And it's just so good to just kind of start the evening a little different, because if you watch HBO, you're going to watch Lace and you're going to watch this gentleman coming on. That's right. I'm going to promote him every chance I get. The one and only Albert Linton.
Thank you, Sunda. Thank you so much, brother. One more time for Sunda. Woo! Going. Oh, yeah. And one more time for me. I deserve more than that. I walked all the way from over there over to here, and I got like, that's crap, man. I deserve more. Well, it's good to be here. I almost didn't make it. My car broke down on the way. I had to take a taxi. Well, actually an Uber. Yeah, I had to take an Uber. But I'm sure that by now the cops have found him. So, I wanted to do some old jokes for some reason. So that they don't get dull. So, let's do my favorite joke. I'm going to do it. I'll do it now. So, I was shopping the other day, and I saw the most gorgeous woman behind the deli counter. And she was really gorgeous. And just as I was trying to make my way over there to talk to her, she noticed me. And then she asked, she said, "Sir, is there something I can help you find?" And I was looking through my phone, and I said, "Well, I'm looking for your number, but it's not in here." Yeah, I'm old, but I'm still getting laid. Yeah. I ain't dead. Just slower. So she laughed. And when she left, I figured, you know, she was digging on it. And so I kept talking to her. And then she said, "Well, I get off at midnight." And that's all I heard. When she said, "I get off at midnight," my mind was already on the condom aisle. I'm already looking at which condom I'm going to use. You got the Magnum, is that what they're called? The big ones, right? The Magnums. And then you get those smaller ones. You can go all the way down the line to like Pee-wee, right? I mean, pinky size. You got that. So that's what I'm doing. So I didn't hear the rest of her statement. What she actually said was, "I get off at midnight. If I see you hanging around here then, I'll have you arrested for stalking me." But I didn't hear that part. All I heard was, "I get off at midnight." So I hung around thinking I was going to get lucky and get laid. But I got arrested and I went to jail. But I got laid in jail, so it all worked out. I'm surprised to see you so soon, sir. I didn't know you'd be here tonight. So.
What's worse?
Been kicked out of better places than this. Yeah, I'm on the HBO show Lace. I'm on season 2. Thank you. The reason I came to LA, to act. And I always say that I'm an actor. And when I'm on stage doing stand-up, I'm acting like a stand-up. But it's still acting. Because that's my passion. So that's what I love the most, being anyone but me. Anyone else? Anyone else feel the same way? I just don't want to be me for an entire 24 hours. I want to pretend and be somebody else. Yes. That's my goal in life. So, Lace, that's the thing. Those are some hot people on that show. If you haven't seen it. It's this close to being just, porn. But instead, it's like sexual situations. And then, if you've watched porn, you're disappointed. But if you've never watched porn, you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then if you're like a connoisseur of porn like me, I watch porn morning, noon, and night because I'm a porn fanatic, and obviously I'm not married. I don't even have a girlfriend. Anyway, there's a woman living with me right now. My roommate's friend, who is also an actress, is living with us for a few days. She's such a sweetheart, so... No, she will not fuck me. But yes, she is a sweetheart nonetheless. It's in all truth, I'm so happy I got this part, but being in the right place at the right time required a lot of sacrifice. But you know that if you're in the right place, the right time is going to show up. So you got to wait for those two to merge. So something has to stop. Something has to stay still. And that's difficult for a former heroin addict like me. Because I'd be thinking, I could ease this pain just by one needle. Pow, right here, baby. Tied up, boom, boom. Or I can just snort that shit. You don't have to shoot it. You can snort that shit. You don't ever had a heroin? I mean, I know my friend Sunda has. We were in New York during the heroin epidemic. We didn't know each other. She was downtown and I was uptown. I was in Harlem. And you were in Sunda when you lived in New York.
I was in New Jersey, but
She was in Patterson.
yeah,
Which
not
is
far.
like a jump,
Right,
right across the bridge. So it's like the same as being there. So. And heroin was everywhere. Everywhere you looked, there was a heroin addict. There was someone addicted to heroin. And they were like totally functionless. The only thing they couldn't do is they could not fall down.
Oh, God.
But they could lean into levels where you would be amazed that someone could actually do that and still be standing. And then they'd wake up and come back to real life, and then they'd go get some money so they could get some more heroin. That was the early 1960s in New York. It was what was it? It was the worst of times and the best of times. Who's that from? Was it the best of times and the worst of times?
Dickens' Tale of Two Cities.
Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. That's what it is. I know I heard that one time when I was like trying to get laid. And that's what she said. Because I was working on getting laid, because that's my primary goal in life, is to go out the same way I came in. The same hole, at least. I want to die with my dick inserted in a pussy. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? That's what I want to... I'll just die with the biggest smile ever. I'm in heaven! Praise the Lord. Come one more time. Yeah. I love it. Old men smell like shit. It's a truism. It's an Albertism.
Yes.
Because I used to drive Uber before I got rich. But now I'm rich, so fuck Uber. Anyway, I picked up this old guy once. He was probably 2 or 3 minutes older than me, and he was taking me. And I was taking him down to Manhattan Beach. I picked him up at LAX. Short ride. Nice guy. Super nice guy. I really enjoyed his company. But he smelled like shit. I mean, literally, he smelled like he was carrying a bag of shit. Now, I don't know what kind of shit it was, because I don't know what he ate. I don't know what color it was. I don't know the texture. I don't know the consistency. All I know is that when I inhaled, that is shit. I knew that. And it was because he was old. And the process where you eliminate food from your body when you get older, that shit slows down. And it doesn't get all of it right away. So even though you wipe and use the baby wipes and the handy wipes, stick your finger up there, roll it around, pull it out. I don't care what you do. There is some debris still up in that tube, and it's going to work its way down, and that process is called peristalsis. It slows down when you get older, so old men smell like shit. It's not old men, then how much was that my 2 minutes? Okay. All right. Fuck old men. All right. Because that's not funny. I did not get one laugh. Instead, you guys looked at me like, oh, but you don't smell like shit. Instead of laughing. So, well, this poor old guy, most of you probably think I should have had dinner at Denny's at 3 o'clock and been in bed by now, sound asleep. What's this old fucker doing out? He might die right here. He's so fucking old. I love being old. I fucking love my life, actually. So my new roommate is really hot, too. It's always good. Well, she's not my roommate. She's just going to be there for a week. And I'm just going to enjoy her company. Because I'm on hold. I'm waiting for Lace to call me. I heard from him today. They changed my shooting date to the 15th. So until then, I'm just like being paid to lay around on my ass. Juice fruits or veggies. And talk to my new roommate, who's a woman. And anyone who knows me knows that I love women. Well, actually, I love pussy, but women possess the pussy. So, you got to get through the guard at the gate, or you won't get in. So you got to be nice to the guard. I always buy the guard like sweets and shit like that. Try to bribe the guard into giving me the pussy. So, how much is it going to take this time? I'll give you 2 cities and 1,000 slaves. No, that's not enough. No pussy for you, sir. I'm just kind of doing shit until you tell me to get off stage. Because I just cannot give back time. I just cannot leave the stage any earlier than I'm supposed to. Because this is where I want to be. That's why I'm here putting up with all the strife of LA life. Because I like being here rather than other places. All right. Good enough. Welcome back to the stage, Sunda Queen.
And where do I find you?
Oh, yes, and you can find me out back near the dumpster. I'll be shooting up some heroin. So if you have some, come on out. But on Instagram, I'm Albert Linton Comedy, and on Facebook, I'm Albert Linton. Thank you guys very much. Sunda! All righty.
I love the pants, man, and
Thank
I wish
you.
I could fit my stuff, but I can't. But you gotta love the skin you're in when you have the comedy of Samantha Lindemann. Let's hear it. Let them cross first and go to the men's room. Let's go this way. Are you going with him? It's okay. To the men's room? You gotta go with him.
Come with me, buddy.
We're not watching. Okay. So listen, don't walk in until she's off.
Okay.
All right? Because you know what I need today? I forgot. Sam, I need you to do a set. Okay.
I just vape.
That's the smartest thing to do. When I choke, first thing I do is reach for a cigarette and say,
Clear that up, yes.
but I'm really not a smoker because I'm a smoker for the people. All right. We're going to do a tight.
I'll do 10 minutes and edit it. Because I'm not about to just come up here for 2 minutes.
No, 5. I mean, do your thing too, but I'm going to introduce you again. I'm going to introduce you again. Make believe this we're not live. You're not live. You didn't see any of this, okay? Because you know why? You got to love the skin you're in when you've got the comedy of the one and only Samantha Lindemann. Let her hear you.
Wow. This is the best AA meeting I've ever been to. The first meeting I went to, well, I was 18 and I was just smoking weed and I didn't want to be at home. My parents didn't want me there. I was like, oh, I'll go live with people who don't have any friends and need me. So I was in sober living, and the first meeting I went to was Heroin Anonymous. which was the first time I saw a white man say the N-word on stage, until I started doing stand-up. So much shit was talked about that I was going to talk about. I am not a tree hugger. I am a tree humper. And because I'm just like erratic, you know, with how I love the earth. I'm like, I love it so much. Oh, I wish I could live in a tree. I wish I could be a tree. Like all that stupid. I've never done ayahuasca. Oh God, I did do shrooms once, but like it was a week after I saw Midsommar. But so that was a little weird. That was very white of me to do. You know, I was like, I need to be scared. You know, I don't know. I need to go on a trip, yeah. And I will come up and talk about shit, and it's just me, you know? But we're really good old pals. So, okay, wait, tree humper. I too get upset at the environmentalists. I'm an activist. I'm just not active. It's the same with sex. Like all of a sudden you have sex and you're sexually active. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, it's the same thing. It's like I have to pull together all my resources, like put my passion into it, go somewhere. Like, I'm active. I'm not active. I'm inactive. And I'm aware, and I'll say it. But some people don't say that. Leonardo DiCaprio, for instance, right? He's all like, I'm old, but I'm hot, and I love the environment. You know what doesn't fucking love the environment? Leonardo DiCaprio's yacht. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, why does he give a fuck about the earth? Because his girlfriend hasn't been born yet. You know what I mean? Like, he's holding on out for one more. I would not fuck that man. I wouldn't. You know, like, for me, he's like a Ryan Reynolds. Like, I don't get it. I don't really get it. I didn't really get it in Titanic either. I actually, this is like embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but it's like annoying. I fast forwarded Titanic to the end because I'm like, okay, they're in love and this shit, and I just wanted to see like, what the fuck happened, even though I kind of knew what happened. I work at a retail store, in which we sell lotions and sprays and candles. I won't say what because I'm trying to take my comedy seriously, and you know, if this were to be, you know, good comedy, if it were, then I wouldn't want to drop a name of a, you know, very important American I work for Bath and Body Works. I work for Bath and Body Works. I don't know if you guys have been to a Bath and Body Works, but we wear aprons. And I love it, you know, like, you know, fucking cinch that waist, shit. And it's authority. Why do I keep getting asked if I work there? What is it about me that exudes? No, I love Bath and Body Works so fucking much that I'm standing outside wearing an apron. But here's the thing. So I'm outside the store and I greet people. But so I'm a comedian. I need attention. I need it so fucking bad. So I'm smiling at everyone like this. Your baby's so... And so I could see where they would be confused. Like, you know, like, is it a problem or is it the solution? Oh my God. Tom Segura. He's pretty funny. I don't know. I'm not obsessed with him. Who would you guys rather make love to? Santa or Jesus? Santa is the fucking answer. Santa will pick you up any time of the night, any place in the world. He has anything you fucking want. He's gonna die soon, I think. You know, the way the world's going, Santa's fucking dying. He's you want Jeff Bezos? Okay, I'm fucking out. I'm done then. Shit. Packing up my stuff. What's an elf? Is it a child? Is it a little person? Is it a Loompa? Because all of these things are slaves. And he makes it cute. I also think Santa's Jewish because he's too fucking good at this business. I'm Jewish. I'm always making jokes about like, oh, Jewish people. I've been getting like Semitic lately. Like I've been getting like, what did you say about my people? I was in Kanye West. He was in me. Everything he was saying, I'm like, okay, you're bipolar, I'm bipolar, you know, you're a black man, I'm a black man, you know what I mean? You know, like, really, like that bitch, you know? And I think I could get through to him is another part of my mental illness. Because I would quote him to him. He would love that shit. And here's a quote of his. He says, say it out loud and see how it feels. Everybody says, say this, say that. Just say it out loud and see how it feels. But let's talk about how it feels, though. You know what I mean? Like, for him, I don't know. I just don't get it. It's something I also don't get with comedy. It's like, people die on hills. And you're dead on a hill. You're fucking far away, bro. No, it's really sad. I was listening back to Flashing Lights, banger, and he's like, talking about the paparazzi. He's like, I hate them more than the Nazis. And I paused it. I was like, bro, what was I doing? I would sit and I would read Kanye lyrics to my parents. I sat them down and I said, it's that privately owned prison. Get your piece today. They're probably all in the Hamptons bragging about what they made. Fuck you in your Hampton house. I fucked her Hampton spouse. Came on her Hampton blouse and her Hampton mouth. And I'm looking at them like, that's so... My parents didn't vote for Kanye, but they voted for his future VP. The Big D. Speaking about Big D, like, I don't know. It's a really. I'm such a worried about other people that, like, I worry about how to react when I first see someone speak. Like, I'm practicing in my head, you know, like, whatever I'm about to see, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna treat it with open, loving kindness. I got this from the.
Can I have a piece?
It's from the a crystal shop, and it's rose quartz. And I've decided again to just embrace all this shit, you know, like the crystals and the fucking stars, because I'm sad. You know, like this gives me a place to go. Crystal shops, I could go there now, you know. I could go outside, look at the stars with people. They're not doing that, huh? The astrology people. We're not going to an eclipse, you know. Like, why aren't we actually doing this? Like, let's travel. I don't know why I talk about traveling as if it's something I'd ever fucking do. You ever travel in a group of Jewish people? It's not efficient. 40 years in the desert. You were just fucking slaves. You think we'd be in a rush, you know, we can let the fucking bread rise, but we're gonna fucking start building a golden calf? The audacity. No, seriously, like, I was a TA at Hebrew school. Hebrew school is extra school. You go to school, right? You have to go to school. Your parents can go to jail if you don't go to school, right? And then it's Sunday and you're at school again. And so these kids, man, I really felt like I was like a volunteer firefighter. Like, I felt like I was really saving lives. But yeah, I've decided, like, to describe myself. I used to say, you know, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a cunt, I'm C-section. I'm just a sentimental Semite. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys so much. You can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH.
There you go. All right, guys, come on in. The water's fine. Where's the other guy?
I think he went around. He went to his car. And he may be lost.
Hello? Who just walked out? What the hell's going on?
Shannon.
Shannon better let the music play. That guy ran out, huh? He can't do it.
No, he went to his car. He was trying to figure out how to leave because he couldn't go this way. No, leave to go to his car. I think he is coming back. I think.
Okay.
I think he's in his car.
He's so funny like that.
He's a very authoritative voice. Well, we'll make him stay outside again. Because when you get up here, you'll know that you gotta be quiet for the next comedian. Because this comedian coming to the stage is O. She's all Miho. Miho.
Her name was Miho. Yeah, she was.
I got a whole jingle. I love it. Hey, people. My best friend is gay. I mean, it's just what it is. And then I'm like teaching him a lot of stuff. And when I met him, he was like fucking Republican, filthy Republican. So I fixed him after that. Like, dude, you can't survive in LA like this. Like, and I'm better than him many things. Like, I'm teaching him a lot of stuff. But one thing, I can never win. Like, he always win at this thing, which is women loves him. Women loves him. Like me, other girl, and him, three of us talking. Like the girl likes him so much. I'm like threat, little bit always. Like, you know, I don't know. Like women's complete threat or lesbian hookup. But either it's like it's awkward. You know, women loves gay men.
Yes.
Women loves gay men. And then my best friend, he's not that gay man. Like, I help him everything. I pick his clothes. He doesn't never pick me my clothes. I solve his problem. He never solved my problem. Like, the girls still love him. Like, but he's not a gay man. I love my best friend, but you know. He's not that gay man. When you wanna, like, you know, you register your Bluetooth to some device, and then when you wanna take it off because, oh my god, I can't hear anymore, it's broken, and then you wanna forget device. Forget device. Isn't it kind of sad? I'm like, what? Forget the device? Like, we met. And they gotta forget. Like, why do they have to use the word? It makes me sad a little bit always. Like, I don't wanna forget that device. You know what I mean? They should have a better word for that. Like, I don't feel like, it's not like forget. Forget is strong. Like, you know? Maybe like, give them vacation. You know? They having fun at least over there. You know? So, I was watching a movie, and then it's like car with a horse. I don't know what I call horse car. I guess.
Carriage.
What?
Oh, carriage, sorry.
Carriage. There's a word for it. I don't know. I didn't use it growing up, so I don't know. But carriage, right? And then lady inside, and she's like, maybe I should wake him up. The driver. I don't know, driver or horse hitting man. I don't know. Like, maybe I should wake him up. He's sleeping. This vehicle is moving. That means horse is a fucking Tesla. Horse is better than our car. Horse knows where to go. You can set a fucking destination. We lost something. You know what I mean? We lost something. We try to gain and like, oh my god, Tesla is so great. We had a horse all the time. I felt like, God, we are stupid. We should have used a horse all the time. I've been into astrology from this year, and I've been listening to like a podcast every day. She posts every day. I love her astrology. I love how she reads the stars. But she's like anti-vaxxer. She's like, the government trying to kill you, that type of person. And she's like, yeah, I know the result of American election, and then like Trump didn't win. It must be so many Trump supporters are so upset. Don't be upset. Calm down. It's gonna be okay. I'm like, listening to every day, like, you know, like we sometimes like don't underestimate the power of listening every day. Like every day. Like someday I'm gonna be like, yeah, I finally understood the importance of Trump for United States. And I'm like scared, so I should stop like listening to every day. Like, you know, every day I'm like, God, this bitch. So stupid. I can't believe it. But I'm listening every day. I can be her someday. Someone's gonna stop me, you know? Please. Tesla. Yeah. Fucking Elon Musk. Elon Musk selling verification checkmark for $8, and everyone fucking bought that verification and become fake Elon Musk. And now Twitter got verification. They got a blue verification and they got a like see-through verification. Like stupid. So fucking stupid Elon Musk. Like whatever he did is like born rich and then did a shopping. Did a great shopping. Like, you know, bought a company and then crushing it. Like crushing to yeah. He's not doing great. That's what I'm talking about. Horse is better than Twitter or Tesla, so you know, living as women, men sometimes don't make us come.
Yeah.
Like, the end of sex is often men coming. Like, fuck that shit, right? I always make sure I come. Like, I don't care you have to go. Like, I gotta come in, and that's at the end of it. Sometimes hard. Coming's hard. Women's body is so complicated. It's not like men, like liquid comes out and it's done. It's really hard to come. And then how I deal with it is I think of, I am that creaturess. That's what I think of. Like, I am that creaturess. Like, it is a creaturess. I just focus and then think like, everything is creaturess. Like, just creatures and earth, creatures and space. Like, I become so self-centered, more like creature-centered. Women should try. That's it works for me. American moms get mad and then call full name. That shit is weird. Where is it coming from? Like, you angry, like, why you wanna pronounce whole name? Like, some people got a longest name, you know? Like, why would you do that? I really don't get it. In Japan, actually, we don't really use first name much. Like, if your crush begin to call your first name, that's like, oh my god, I wanna he call me the first name. That's a thing. 2 minutes. Yeah, so it's really weird that, like, getting mad, calling full name. That shit is really, it doesn't get. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna sing because I'm feeling like singing.
Yeah.
My signature song. It's based on a song by Queen. We are the champions, but I would call it We Need a Tampons.
Yeah.
I pay for my tampons month after month. I pay for my I did it for my meditation. And then no communications help, so shut the fuck up. And about period cramps. I'm about to puke. Ooh. And then breach of tampons to escape my puss, but cheaper than unbreached tampons. I mean, how the fuck makes sense? We need a tampons for free.
Yeah.
And we breathe in pain till we get. We need a tampons. Breach healthy tampons. No man deserves a pussy if we don't get free tampons every month. did I put here? Yeah, right here. Miho Huji. Just Google it. MIHOFUJI.
All right.
That was beautiful, and I love these pants by the with the kick pleat.
Beautiful pants.
That's bad.
Creatures? Were you saying creatures? When you said I am creature, when you're...
Yes, but you know what, Lincoln? We're going to do that after the show because we're live. That's right. We're streaming live, and we got to keep it going. We have a Q&A after the show, but right now we're going to bring up the comedy of the one and only Spencer. You saw him here first. Get up here. And you got to sing.
I'm not doing that today, but
I'm open for feedback. There's one thing that I've been thinking about that I think would be so fun to do on stage, but whenever I talk about it, it becomes alienating, which is not my intention. This isn't the joke part, this is just me saying it, and feedback is welcome. So I've been dating my boyfriend for like 4 years and change, so we know each other very well. We have a very playful relationship. And one of these games that we play in a relationship, we call it a lying game. It's where we lie about shit that just doesn't matter. And so it's become sometimes if I'm wrong, I'll just be like, lying game. It's not, I just forgot when my flight lands, you know? Shit like that. Because it was very funny to me. There's this place near where I grew up called Strawberry. So I was like, did you know they call it that because strawberries are from there? And he's like, really? And I'm like, no, lying game. I don't know how to make that a bit, but it's this thing we do. I genuinely think it's very funny. And it's fun. I can say that much. I've talked to him before, and I just think, I've told him this, I think I would be so easy to gaslight because I have such a terrible memory. You know, he'd be like, you never said that. And I'd be like, oh, okay. I guess, yeah. Maybe I just thought I said it. Maybe I meant to say it and then never actually did. You know, but the thing is, he would be terrible at gaslighting because he also has a terrible memory. Like, he wouldn't even know if he was lying or not, which is actually a very, very good pairing. I mentioned it earlier. I'm transmasculine. I have a lot of bits about it that I might do at the end if there's time. And, I'm usually mostly in trans spaces. I spend a lot of time around trans people. I really like it. And when I go into spaces that aren't full of trans people, I then remember, the emotion surprised me. I remember that, my experience is really different from a lot of cis people, you know? And, sometimes I really do think no cis man could ever understand me. And then my boyfriend is like, you're sad because you're hungry. I'm like, oh, never mind, he can. I get, you know how those algorithms are very personalized on social media apps? Yeah. They're just targeted at, things that give you an emotional reaction. So they'll show you things they like, they'll show you things they hate, they'll show you things you're scared of. I see a lot of pregnancy content, because that's one of my worst fears. I have the, implant. The chances of it actually happening are ridiculously low. Hello? Hello. I'm talking about how I'm scared about getting pregnant. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm really, really scared of it anyway. Yeah, you and I are probably 99.9% effective, so he and I are in the same likelihood here. It comes up every few days. I'm in a long-distance relationship, by the way. There's no reason for it to come up every few days, but it does because I'm terrified. It's kind of like a tumor, but it's $400 to take out. But if I keep it, I'm supposed to try and send it to college, which is even worse. I feel like a lot of people have ideas of what they want to be when they transition, and a lot of people who are transmasculine now sort of want to look like these cute, feminine, twink boys who are very slim. It's true. It's true. And I am coming to terms with I will never look like that just because none of the men in my family are skinny. You know, that's not an achievable look. The women are, but they have a different kind of eating disorder. So that's not going to be my scenario. I've been on testosterone for more than 4 months now, which is really exciting. Yeah, thank you. And now that I feel like I sound more masculine, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at you because you haven't heard me before, so you don't know, you have no frame of reference. I sound more masculine to me, and that means I'm more comfortable enjoying feminine things like true crime. And I feel a lot more comfortable talking about feminine things, like my eating issues in therapy, which took a long time because in my head, like through all of high school, for a lot of my life, I was like, eating disorders are a girl disease. So I like couldn't talk about it. I was too embarrassed. I could never acknowledge it because that's where it was. I have this roommate who she is quirky, but she also, like, I forget, because she is as weird, if not weirder than I am. I love her to death. But, like, I'm like this, and she tries to be normal in public. We have very different experiences. She was talking to me on the phone. She's like, I have to look like I'm not crying anymore before I get out of the bathroom, and I have to fix my eye makeup, and I have to put it all back together. And I was talking on the phone. I was like, oh, like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you while you do that, because that's not how I am at all. Like, if I see myself in the reflection of a building and I'm, like, bleary-eyed and I'm wearing pajamas and my hair's a mess, I'm like, oh, good, I'm interesting. I think interesting is really an attainable goal. It's where I'm at this point in my life, because you get points for fuck-ups, you know? You get points for success, and you get points for fuck-ups. I'm going back to my notes. There's a lot of new stuff today. Thank you for bearing with me. What else do I have? Oh, thank you. This is most of it. I think gay men, tops, who prefer cis men to trans men are like people who want an iPhone with the charger hole that's the same as the earbud hole. It's better when they're two different things. It's less gross. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and the more time I spend away from it, the more I realize that that was a weird place. Has anyone spent time in the San Francisco Bay Area?
Yes.
Yeah?
No.
How would you characterize it? What would you say?
They're real people.
They're real people?
Yeah.
That is so neutral. There are people there, yes. That's what I think of that place.
They're very nice people. They're very...
I would say that Fidel Castro would be the one person on earth that would be like, oh, really? It's named the Castro District? What the fuck?
That's true, because that's where the gay people are. Yes, it is the gay, but it's like really touristy now. Because really the thing is, all of San Francisco is kind of the gay district. That's true. It's true. I left San Francisco. I was like, I'm in LA. I'm in New York. This is liberal. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's not. Like where I grew up, things are actually worse in other places. Like this is... one of my friends was talking about his parents' divorce. He's gay, for context. And I was like, haha, like, is that why you're gay? And he's like, well, people have asked me that. It's like, did people ask him that seriously? What the fuck? Like, I grew up saying homophobic things as a joke all the time. Because nobody said it for real. You would assume if someone was like, huh, that's gay. Like, only a gay person would say that. Right? So we were like, Alan Turing created the computer. He's a gay man. So every time I went to computer science class, we'd like point at the laptop cart and be like, huh, gay. Like that's how we would use that. And then I went to other places and people would be like, that's gay. And I'd be like, oh, you seemed straight. Why are you saying that? I'm sorry to assume, but then they were. Like, I have to catch myself and be aware because I'm very worried that somebody who I kind of know will say something homophobic and I'll be like, yeah, good one. And that'll be interpreted as an agreement. There's also, growing up in the Bay Area, there's this contempt for the South. There absolutely is. It's true. It's true. A lot of people, I think this is true in the Northeast, but I haven't spent as much time there. 2 minutes, cool. Okay, it's all going to be new stuff today, probably. So, there's this sense in San Francisco that like we're better, or like it's true. It's true. There's a sense that people in San Francisco are better than people in the American South, and a lot of that has to do with wealth. But like one of the biggest things I realized when I left is like there are places in the U.S. that are stereotyped as being more racist and more conservative and more red. But Tucker Carlson was talking about one of the reddest states, one of the reddest places. It is the Bay Area county where I grew up has the least housing diversity. This is true. This is real. The Bay Area is like that, and I had to leave to notice that. I don't have a joke for it yet, but I do think San Francisco deserves to be made fun of for that sort of thing. Because San Francisco's also in a weird spot right now, because they're like, there were tech bros, right? That was like, it was kind of cool in the 80s, right? Right, a little bit. And then there were tech bros with the tech boom, because they went up from Silicon Valley. And now the buildings have closed and people work from home. So who's there anymore?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to do one little tiny joke because I think I have time.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, cool. One little one. So I use they, he pronouns, da-da-da. I saw relatives at Thanksgiving. I had an aunt tell me that she wished that she could use they, them pronouns, so she wouldn't get sexism in her life. But, the Venn diagram of people who hate women and people who hate trans people are concentric circles. No one's gonna see me introduce myself. I'm like, because I look like this. And I'm like, I'm Spencer. I use they and he pronouns. And they're like, so you can drive. That's not gonna happen. Thank you so much.
Spencer, where can they find you on social media, please?
Breadshift on TikTok and Spencer with 2 R's _lock on Instagram. Thank you.
Yeah. Love it. Fantastic. You're waking them all up here, huh? Still gotta find me a wife.
All right, listen. Speaking of wives, maybe I'll just play one with this guy. It's neither or neither. We're here with Dave Schneider. Let's do this. Come on, Schneider. Get up here and fetch. Come on. Fetch.
Thank you. Well, January I turned 65. You know what the crazy thing is? I feel great. But I start to notice I'm doing some old people shit lately. Like, I just recently purchased a magnifying glass. Yeah, you don't see too many 20-year-olds with a magnifying glass. No teenager ever got one for Christmas and said, how'd you know? You kidding? I could finally read the laundry instructions on my shirts. I no longer change the channel whenever a commercial comes on for reverse mortgages. I'm intrigued. I don't even have a mortgage, but by the time the commercial is over, I want one, just so I can reverse it. They got to be legitimate. I mean, seriously, they don't have some hack like Warren Buffett endorsing it. No, they put out the big guns. Tom Selleck. Come on. Are you kidding? Look at his credentials. He was Magnum PI. I mean, an actor that plays a personal investigator, private investigator on TV and mortgages. How do you not see the connection? It's kind of weird now when I see a picture of a guy on a box of Depends and realize he's younger than me. Makes me think, fuck. Any day now. You know what I find myself is that I'm starting to, I can't fucking make my mind up as quick as I used to. Over small minutia things, I'm always second guessing myself. Like last week on Facebook in the news section, there was a posting. Police arrest father for physically abusing his children. And I put a like, as to say, way to go, police. Keep up the good work. That piece of shit father had it coming. But then I see other people posted angry face emojis, and I'm thinking, holy shit, maybe that's the one I'm supposed to be. Maybe by posting a like, it looks like I'm giving Dad a thumbs up for beating the shit out of his kids. Like, way to go, Dad. I'm sure those little shits had it coming. The worst, though, for me is when I see a picture of a young child, visibly handicapped, sitting in a wheelchair, looking up with puppy eyes, and the heading says, it's my birthday today. I bet I don't even get one like. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm giving a like. What, are you kidding me? If I didn't, I can't have that guilt on my head. But then I think, whoa, this kid's betting I don't give him a like. I have no idea how much money he's got riding on this. For all I know, I give him a like, he loses, some bookie breaks whatever limbs still work. No, I can't have that guilt on my head. Trying to think what time in my life did it get so expensive and so confusing to buy paper towels.
Oh my God.
Right? It's like $20 a package. And you gotta buy bulk to try and save money. But here's the thing. Do I buy the 6 large rolls that equal 8 regular rolls, or the 8 large rolls that equal 12 regular rolls? I'm in the middle of Ralph's trying to remember high school algebra, comparing fractions. Fuck, is it the numerator or the denominator is supposed to be the same? Why can't they make it simple with 1 roll equals 1 roll? And the size of the package, holy shit, you put it in the cart, shopping's over. That's it. Maybe you could squeeze a little basil in there or something. And I gotta rent a flatbed truck with 2 Sherpas to get it to my car. You know, stuff it into the trunk using my foot, close the trunk with twine. But I'll tell you one thing. One thing good about old age, you really learn life's lessons. Like questions that you had when you're young, it's all answered for you. Like, I was always a Sinatra fan. Loved Sinatra. Favorite song when I was young, it was A Very Good Year. Right? You know the song? It's about a guy who's at the end of his life, and he's reminiscing about all the good years he has. It starts off, when I was 17, it was a very good year. And then goes on to sing about when he was 21 and 35, and why they were all good years. And then the song's over. When I was young, I didn't understand what happened. Now that I'm older, I get it. After 35, the shitty years happens. And nobody wants to sing about, when I was 44, my ex-wife's lawyer said she wanted more. Took every dime and left me poor. I should have killed that greedy whore. When I was 53, found blood in my stool, hence a colonoscopy. Doctor drilled me like I was Liberace. When I was 68, took an hour and a half just to urinate. Goddamn my swollen prostate. Wish my life would terminate when I was 68. They just don't write music like that anymore. Thank you. Right here. No, I'm not anywhere.
Oh, stop.
I'm not anywhere.
For now, we gotta get you going, that's for sure. Because you know what? You've been too complacent. We've been really nice to you, but that's over.
All right.
It's time for you to work. But just guess what? When you guys thought you were all free, you're not. Lincoln will free you. Let's give it for Lincoln. After Lincoln, you guys are free.
Yeah, what's that song called again? It was a very good year?
Very good year.
It was a very good year. Yeah, that's a good song. I know it from Ocean's 11. I got a couple things to say about the people who were here. First off, Spencer. So, I was just thinking, like, if you're taking testosterone and you got an implant, like, your implant must be so confused. Like, I don't know. And Albert, I saw you earlier. Well, when I noticed the painted nails, you know, I didn't know you had painted nails. Fuck, we don't want to talk about today. Usually I sit down. That's this. Man, I got seasonal depression right now. It's real. And I live in LA. Jesus. Imagine if I was on the East Coast, man, I would have just killed myself. Holy shit. Yeah, you know, I know it's an elephant in the room. I feel like everyone's talking about it, but, you know, Kanye obviously went out the deep end recently. He said it. I think we all knew eventually he was going to say it, but he said it. It's weird, but I feel like the one thing I haven't really seen is, like, people talking about removing his music from Spotify and Apple Music, right? Nobody's like, remove Kanye from Apple Music. No. Which is weird, because, like, R. Kelly, you know, when he had his all shit going on, you know, everyone was like, oh, get it out. And it's crazy if you think about it. Because when you think about the personification of evil, like the worst thing that could ever exist, you know, 9 out of 10 people on the street are just going to say Hitler. Honestly, I genuinely believe that. You know, more than Satan. You know, more than Lucifer himself. You know, although I think, you know, we all relate to thinking we're smarter than our boss. So I think the Lucifer thing, maybe that's why. But he said those, you know, that thing, you know, arguably the worst thing you could possibly say. And still his music didn't get removed. And I'm like, is that not the proof that, like, he's the greatest rapper of all time? Right? Like, if he can say that and still no one wants to take off his music, like, damn, that's like he might get more fans off that. Holy shit. But, shit, what else was I talking about? this one joke. This was actually one of the first jokes I ever wrote. I've said it so long, but I feel like Pete Davidson, Timothy Chalamet, and Harry Styles seem to be like the ideal standard of beauty, right? It's like, what a time for skinny white men. Only white people could not work out or eat healthy and still be seen as the beauty standard. Holy shit. And I just feel like it seems to be a white thing only. It's different for brothers, I think, you know? It's like, if you see our sex icons, you know, they're like Michael B. Jordan, you know, Jonathan Majors, who's playing like Kang in the upcoming Marvel movie. And, you know, they're fucking jacked. Holy shit. You know, you see them, you understand why we were doing physical labor for so long. You know, like they're like, you know, Dave, I totally believe in ending slavery, but Matumbo over here has worked like 3 of our guys. We can't afford it right now. Holy shit. Maybe next quarter we can talk about it. But it just seems to be that when white dudes are real skinny, it's seen as like a rejection of masculinity by women, you know? It's chic. But when brothers are skinny, it's like, oh my God, can they not afford food? Oh my God. Right, I think there's been too many, Feed Africa commercials with some Manute Bol-looking motherfuckers looking at the camera that really ruined what skinny men look like, you know? I really think people think a fast metabolism is a white-only trait. No, I'm just gonna think. Yeah, and this comes from personal experience. So I was a skinny black kid growing up in Orange County, and there really was no skinny privilege. I remember I tried with women despite my skinny limitations, and there was an experience I'll never forget. I was in AP history class. There was this girl who, you know, I thought was feeling me. She had fucked 2 players on the football team, 1 black, 1 white. So I was like, this is my soul. I got this going on. And so one time at lunch, I was, you know, talking to her, and I ended up asking her if she wanted to go homecoming with me. And she said no. She said she didn't feel that way. It's very frustrating. And, you know, she must have felt bad about it because she left me her apple. It's weird, right? And in that moment, you know, I sat there eating that apple, and I thought to myself, these white girls would really rather I eat their lunch than their pussy. That's what it was like being a skinny black man growing up in Orange County. But that actually wasn't the first time I got lunches from white people. Isn't that weird? Yeah, growing up in Orange County, so not only was I skinny and black in Orange County, I was also poor. You know, stand-up comedian who grew up poor. Well, groundbreaking stuff. You know, these white angels would just give me whatever they didn't want at lunch. It was amazing. I would literally sit at the end of the table like a fucking conveyor belt. Just pass it down, whatever, you know? And in that moment, I think in that time period, you know, I realized white guilt has no age requirement. Truly, it does not. You know, it's one of those things where I think about, you know, Republicans talk about critical race theory. And they're like, you know, we can't teach, you know, these white kids about American race because they're gonna hate America. They're gonna hate being white. And I'm just like, that's so silly, you know? Because I feel like curriculum is just a small part of school. You know, there's so much other stuff the kids see that, you know, changes their perspective. You know, it's like Josh noticed that his birthday was at Chuck E. Cheese and Miguel's was at a local park. You know, like I just feel like there's only so much you can do. That was supposed to be a joke, but damn, I guess I thought it was funny when I wrote it, but fuck, I guess not. You know, sometimes I feel like some of these white kids, man, they come out the womb and they're already wondering why they in a single delivery room and Juwan, Jamarcus, and Jermichael are sharing one next door. Yeah. Learn real quick the difference between Medicaid and Blue Shield PPO. What's left on that joke? No, I think that was it on that one. Fuck, this last one? Oof. No, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I don't know about this thing with Billie Eilish right now on TikTok. Do you kind of know? She's 20 years old, and she's dating like a 31-year-old guy right now. And all over the comments are people saying like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, you know, she's gonna grow to regret it, etc. And it's really weird for me, you know. I feel like there is somewhat of an individualization of women sometimes, while at the same time, you know, yes, queen thing. It's a little bit cognitive dissonance there, but it's really weird that they're saying this, because I feel like liberals don't bring that energy to a lot of the other topics that they're doing, and nah, it's just not ready yet. I'm gonna thank you. My name is Lincoln.
You left me hanging. What was the line? Let me see what I can do.
It's just it's very offensive. I'll be honest. It's just it's not. It's bad. It's bad.
Well, then good.
Yeah.
That you didn't, because you wanted to be funny with it, right? So you
Oh
guys,
no, it's funny, but
it is funny.
it's bad. It's bad.
So did you hear about Kanye on Dr. Phil?
I saw you posted on Instagram a screenshot of it. I need to look at the video. I will do that.
Where's the video? I will stand.
Yeah, is it on Dr. Phil's YouTube page? Oh, okay.
Neither did I. I had not a clue. Till Michael Rodriguez from St. Teresa's contacted me and said, I saw you on Dr. Phil. Because you know he made it clear from St. Teresa's, what are you doing talking about Jews? So I need a few minutes, if you don't mind, guys.
Yeah.
While we're rolling. I wanted to say first and foremost, thanks to West Vaquar for taping up here tonight. Taping, I said. Taping, I said. So if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. And so I'm just going to, talk to the world right now. Because not everybody who comes through here has a set. And they get hung up about not having been prepared. Some people sit down and they write their sets out. That would be smart. I'm not one of those people. So I'm going to tell you that if you think you're not prepared and you're waiting to be prepared, wait will break your chair. That's all it will do. You cannot wait. You've got to move. You've got to move. And I took a class like this, and I paid for it, and I waited for 3 years. That's how afraid I was to go on a stage. So if people do tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't ever know unless you take it from the page to the stage. And that's all I'm saying. So when you guys call me and you say, oh, I saw the... First of all, thank you for your remarks, by the way. Viewers that we never know are really watching until they see something offensive. And the next thing you know, they got something to say. But I said I appreciated the comments, and I did. And right now, stand-up comedy is a big boom because you people forgot how to talk. This is how you talk. And you're texting. And you're at home working. And you're going to turn one of those people. You're going to start drinking water, okay? I'm going to be sprayed to you, okay? You stop texting when I'm talking to you. You're the one I'm talking about. You are going to be the one, okay, that is going to surprise all of us. And you are going to do exactly what the masses do. You have turned into this person. You are now working from home, drinking water. You are probably stretching and doing yoga without telling us. You are gentrified. I can't believe it. I love it. You quit. And they said no. And every time you try to leave, they just keep pulling you right back. So we're going to have a lot of things going on here. We have a kids class. You know, people say your kid's bad. He's probably funny. That's the way that goes, okay? Because when you have to be threatened with detention, and I don't mean in school. I'm talking about taking you to a place. Because they have to take you to a place where people are like you. And I don't know what that meant until I saw those kids. And I was like, no, I'm not like that. I'll stop laughing. Laughing shouldn't be a sin. Stop telling kids to sit down. Children need to be seen and not heard. That's over. Yep. Because now you see them and you don't hear them. How do you like those, huh? How do you like those? They're all sitting in the park. In the park. They're sitting in the park with the homeless people next to the tents. Mom doesn't know. She's on the phone. She's on the phone. Kids going in the tent. I can't make it up. And all she wants to know is, well, can I just leave them here until I get my nails done? That's all they really care about. And when we do a class here with kids, we're not talking about that kind of kid that, well, let me drop them off here and I'll get my nails done. If you send your kid here, please let them know that this is a place to be respected and to respect. This Friday, we have Dante, the comedy kid, coming in, all at 10 years old. And so we got a lot of great things coming. So I'm going to wrap it right now. If you love us, let us know oh boy, am I going back in time. If you love us, let us know at LASchoolofComedy.com. LA School of Comedy, there's only one. Peace out.
Yeah.